Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, in that order. Welcome, everyone. ESPN recently put out their top 100 professional athletes of the 21st century, and I love these sort of lists. I think they create really fun debate, and I thought I'd make a video about who they consider to be the top 10 and go through each of those athletes and talk about one of their key rookie cards and its value in various grades. But before we jump in, I want to mention that the Texas Snowman and I will be on with Jeremy Lee on Sports Card Live tonight, doing a live show at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Jeremy Lee's channel. And yeah, we'll be talking about a variety of different topics. We'll be taking questions from the chat. So yeah, come by, say hi, check it out, and hope to see you there. I've included a link to that in the description below. All right, but back to the list, and a couple things of note to know. First is that it only factors in players' performances since 2000. So players like Michael Jordan or Ken Griffey Jr., they don't make the list because even though they played into the 2000s, the key parts of their career really happened before that. And second is that it looks at all sports across the world, and there's a wide variety of athletes from various different sports included. And in fact, only 3 of the top 10 are from the big 4 American sports. And yeah, I found that kind of interesting. Now, I'll say the order is not one that I would have put, but we'll save that for a different discussion. And yeah, if you have any complaints about the order of these athletes, again, not my order, please submit your complaints to ESPN. Couple of interesting rankings before we jump into the top 10. As I mentioned, only 3 of the top 10 are from the big 4 American sports. No hockey in the top 10. The highest ranked hockey player is Sidney Crosby, coming in at number 22. No baseball in the top 10. The highest ranked baseball player is Albert Pujols, coming in at number 24. Mike Trout, for anyone wondering, lands at number 30. He's the second highest ranked baseball player. And the other active GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, finished at number 18, outside the top 10. But let's count down the top 10. And coming at number 10 is basketball player Kobe Bryant of your Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of hardware for the Black Mamba, including 5 NBA championships and 18-time All-Star. Probably his most recognizable rookie is his standard base tops rookie. 1996 tops number 138. You can see some values there. PSA 7 goes for about 40, and SGC 9 goes for about 100. And if you want to save up for a super high grade, a PSA 10 goes for around 800. He, of course, has more valuable cards, Topps Chrome Refractor, EX 2000, and etc. But yeah, the Topps here is probably his most sort of standard rookie. Coming in at number 9 is track athlete Usain Bolt, who is widely considered to be the greatest sprinter of all time. Just going to read the opening paragraph there. 8-time Olympic gold medalist, 100-meter world record holder, only sprinter to win Olympic 100-meter and 200-meter titles at 3 consecutive Olympics. Bolt does not have very many cards, as they don't often make cards for track athletes. His very first card of any kind is a 2008 Sports Illustrated for Kids. You can see it there, card number 294. It goes for about $50 in a PSA 7 and SGC 9 for $150. And then when you get into the PSA 10 range, they jump way up, with the last PSA 10 sale going for around $3,000, as it's a very low pop card in that grade. Coming in at number 8 is the highest ranked golfer on the list, and that's, of course, Tiger Woods, who is widely considered to be one of the greatest golfers of all time, if not the greatest, and also one of the most famous athletes in the history of the universe. In 2001, Upper Deck started making golf cards basically exclusively because Tiger Woods existed and people wanted some Tiger Woods cards. His 2001 Upper Deck card number 1 is sort of his most standard rookie card, although he does have some oddball cards before this. He has a 1996 Sports Illustrated for Kids and a couple other oddball items. The Sports Illustrated for Kids can get extremely expensive and high grade. There was even a 6-figure sale of it at one point in a PSA 10. But the Upper Deck here, you can see much more affordable. PSA 7's going for about $20, and PSA 10's about $200. Coming in at number 7 is one of 2 females who will crack the top 10, and that is gymnast Simone Biles, 7-time Olympic medalist, 4 Olympic gold medals in 2016, which ties for the most for a female gymnast at a single games. And I really like the last sentence of this write-up. She also has 5 skills that bear her name, including a vault with the highest difficulty level in women's gymnastics. Again, someone with not very many cards, because they just don't make a lot of cards for gymnasts. Her first card, just like Usain Bolt, is from 2008 Sports Illustrated for Kids, card number 292. Really cool image there in sort of mid-stunt. And Sports Illustrated for Kids came in a 3x3 panel, so you have to fold them out. That's why they have perforations all around the edges, making them extremely tough to get in high grade. You see this card sells for about $25 or so in a PSA 7, but there has never been a copy of the card graded a PSA 10, so no value to go off of there. But PSA 9s today go for about $200. Coming in at number 6 is Roger Federer, who won 20 major championships and 8 Wimbledon titles. And for anyone wondering, the other two great male tennis players from this era, Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic, they finished just outside the top 10, coming in at number 11 and 12 on ESPN's list here. So male tennis players taking 3 of the top 12 spots. Federer's first standard cards are from 2003 NetPro. He actually has a bunch of cards from the NetPro brand in 2003. Card number 11 here is his most sort of standard rookie, I would say. Although the one I'm showing is actually the glossy. The standard rookie is a very common card and not very expensive. The glossy parallel, which is a little rare, you can see goes for about $10 in a PSA 7, $25 in an SGC 9, and can get as high as $260 or so in a PSA 10. Number 5 is our top-ranked football player, and probably someone people considered a contender for number 1 on this list, and that's, of course, Tom Brady. To me, the most amazing thing about Tom Brady is in a 21-year span, he went to 10 Super Bowls. Basically, Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl every other season for 2 decades. He won 7 of them and was the MVP in 5 of them. Those are all unmatched numbers and not even close to being matched numbers in the world of American football. Brady has a lot of rookie cards from 2000. They range in value from, not very expensive all the way up to 7 figures. His most perhaps recognizable is the 2000 Bowman. That's certainly debatable, but we'll go with that one here. Card number 236, and this card is, as you can see, not cheap. Even a PSA 7 will cost you over $500, and PSA 10s over $5,000. Number 4 is another player people probably considered a contender for number 1 on this list, and that's basketball player LeBron James of your Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, and Los Angeles Lakers. 4-time MVP, 4-time NBA champion, and LeBron James has scored more points than anyone else in NBA history. He has a ton of different rookies from 2003, and just like Tom Brady, they range in value from not very expensive all the way up to multiple 7 figures. For his most sort of recognizable rookie cards, probably the Topps Chrome, but we'll go with the Topps here. It's a little more affordable. PSA 7s go for about $190, SGC 9s about $300, and a PSA 10 will cost you about $1,500. Number 3 is the Argentine sensation Lionel Messi, who some would consider to be the greatest soccer player of all time. And Messi's list of accomplishments is absolutely ridiculous. 8-time Ballon d'Or winner, which basically means he was the greatest soccer player on the planet 8 different years. The number of tournaments and championships he's won, as well as records, is really sort of unmatched in the history of the sport. Messi's got a few different rookie cards from 2004, although not that many, which makes them fairly expensive. The 2004 Panini Mega Cracks, card number 35. He's actually in this set 3 times. This is the first one numerically, card number 35. You can see PSA 7s go for $450, and they get really pricey when you get into high grade, with PSA 10s getting into 5 figures. Coming down to the final 2 here, and the silver medal goes to Serena Williams, tennis player, who basically dominated the sport for the last 2 decades, winning 23 major championships. Like Federer, her first standard cards in the 2003 NetPro set, although it should be noted that she does have a 1999 Sports Illustrated for Kids card, and that card in a PSA 10 in 2022 set the all-time record for a sports card sale of a female athlete, just crossing into 6 figures at $117,000. But this is much more of a sort of standard rookie card, 2003 NetPro. Again, like the Federer, I'm going to show the glossy version here. The base is a very plentiful card, not very expensive, but the glossy a little more challenging to find. PSA 7's $15, and there hasn't been a PSA 10 sale in a couple of years, but I'm going to guess it would go for about $1,500 today. And that brings us to number 1, and the gold medal goes to, I guess appropriately, Michael Phelps, who won 23 gold medals over the course of his career, 28 medals overall, 8 in a single Olympics in 2008, and he is the most decorated Olympian of all time. Like Usain Bolt and Simone Biles earlier on this list, just not very many cards for Olympians. This is one of his first, 2004 Sports Illustrated for Kids, card number 360. Again, you can see the perforations along the top and the left, not on the bottom or the right. Those are straight because on the 3x3, this particular card came in the lower right. So when you fold it, you only have to fold 2 of the perforations, and 2 of the borders remain standard straight. But PSA 7s go for about $150. There's not been a PSA 10 sale of the card in a long time. It's a very low pop. Again, the Sports Illustrated for Kids are very hard to get in ultra high grade. So I would guess a PSA 10 today would go for around $4,000. So there you have it, the top 10 greatest athletes of the 21st century, according to ESPN. What do you all think of the list? Like, would you have the order completely different? My order would definitely be completely different, but that's what makes these lists interesting. Can have those fun debates. But I really appreciate everyone watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you all again next time. Thanks, everyone.